Hi everyone, I'm Lara from Light Codes by Lara. I am the Tigress of the Light, and we are here healing the collective consciousness. This is the second video in our series about moving into the fifth dimension. Our first video, if you haven't seen it before, is about the soul hierarchy. It's really interesting. I suggest you go check that one out. Today's video is about the sensitive soul, empaths. Highly sensitive people. Those of you who feel like you're really sensitive and you have a hard time navigating the world because of your sensitivities, or you feel like you don't belong or that you're from somewhere else and you just want to go home. You might be experiencing that on a small scale, or you might be experiencing this on a large scale. It often just comes down to the same single point. And that point is that we are not grounded and present and centered within our being, with our field, our energetic bodies being full. But no matter where you are, the key point that I really want you to take to heart today is that the human is meant to be sensitive. We are meant to be empathic. So yes, being an empath it's almost a title that spiritualists like to claim, oh, I'm an empath, oh, I can feel so much. Yes, you can, but being a human means that you really should be able to feel. We should be able to empathize with someone else. We should be able to have compassion and feel for them, right? And have forgiveness and have love for someone else. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us different than some other species that maybe don't have some of those heartfelt and thought processes. I wouldn't think for 1 second that we will be able to progress into this new 5D reality if we don't first master the third dimension. So this is why it's so important that we talk about this, because we have to master this realm first, because what's the point in skipping over it? So the question becomes, what do we do about it? What do we do when we have a hard time navigating crowds, being around? I mean, if social distancing goes on forever, then we don't have a lot of trouble navigating a lot of crowds. But like let's think back into when we do have to navigate crowds, or when we're watching a movie, or we're in a room where there's people arguing, and you feel that energy, you feel that disharmony penetrating you, you feel the sadness and sorrow and pain and suffering of others penetrating you. What is that? What does that mean? Well, what it is that the boundary of our aura, which extends out to the length of our arm approximately, there should be a noticeable difference between the atmosphere that we're in and our energetic field. And when we are weaker in our energetic body, then this boundary is less stable, it's less noticeable, it's penetrable. So we're actually taking in other people's energies, just like you suspected. You are taking that in. It's coming into our sacral center and is coming into our heart center. These are intake centers. And so this is where we can really feel it the most. I would have stomach aches all the time. Or if you cross your arms a lot, what are you blocking? You're blocking your emotional center, trying to protect it from an excess of emotional energies that might be around you in that moment. What we need to do to help ourselves out is to ground, to become centered, and to build up our energy field. This doesn't mean that we aren't feeling anymore. Actually, we're still feeling, but it's not having an adverse effect as perhaps it would if I am a highly sensitive person. Okay, like as a child, I was sensitive to sounds, to light, to touch. I didn't like to be held. I was sensitive to food. I have food allergies, the textures of food, the smell of food, all kinds of things. And I was actually diagnosed as an adult with sensory processing disorder, because all of these things were to such a degree that I was having a really hard time actually functioning in life without being anxious all the time, without being under a whole lot of stress and strain, because everything was an assault to my system. So this was quite a hurdle to get over, right? So how did I do this? Well, I got an amazing team of people to support me. This included homeopathy, this included energy healing, this included spiritual teachings. It included a really healthy diet. I got very clean. I cleared out a lot of the bad foods, like the fast foods and things. I cut out all meat, basically. I'm allergic to dairy, and so once I figured that out, I stopped eating dairy, stopped eating eggs, and essentially became vegan. And this is a diet that has served me. Now, this isn't to say that this could serve you or anyone else, but it did help my body to calm down, and it is what has contributed to my body functioning more optimally. So when I say functioning optimally, what happens when we're overreacting to our environment, whether that's from, oh, I feel that person's pain, I can't take that, or I don't know what to do with that stimulus over there, I'm going to retract, like what I was doing. This is an opportunity for us to become more masterful of this experience in this physical body, in this three-dimensional realm. So if you feel like you don't belong here, you're star seed, maybe you are connected to star systems, star seed families, and so forth, you're still here in a physical body on the planet Earth, and we need to accept that and love this planet and love the experience and work with the experience that we're given. Work with the triggers that are within us. Work with the false belief systems that we've picked up along the way, whether that's stuff that we brought in that our soul specifically wanted to work on, whether it's stuff that's been inherited also because we chose our families. The soul chose which family we want to work with so that we would be pre-installed with belief systems from our ancestors. All of these energies, all of these shadows, if you will, are part of our development or part of our soul's development and experience, and they all play a part. If you're a sensitive person, they will playing a role in your sensitivity. So we need to heal these aspects of ourselves. First acknowledge, but then actually do something about it. And then while we're doing something about it, we're bringing in more light, we're bringing in more confidence, we're bringing in more of our higher self, we're connecting more deeply to our heart, and we are getting more grounded, more present, and more powerful as the divine being of light that we are. Okay, so this is our message for today. So now we're going to channel a light code. If you didn't see the first episode, this is what we do is I've just been channeling the general message for you, and now we're going to channel a light code that is going to help support us in this process of accepting our inherent nature of being human, which is empathy, which is sensitivity. There's no such thing as an insensitive sensitive. We are sensitive. One of my beloved teachers loves to use that phrase. We all need to have teachers. We will often have multiple teachers, and I just would love to take this opportunity to really honor my teachers and where they have brought me and how much they have helped me along the way. So this light code, I get the sense it is about embracing this authentic, sensitive nature that we are at the depths of our being, and realizing that this is who we are as a human, and loving this aspect of ourselves, and then knowing how to work with these sensitivities in the most optimal, functional way, so that our life is actually enhanced by them rather than experiencing it as a detriment, as a struggle, as another painful thing that we're navigating in our lives. So we're going to grab my iPad Pro and we are going to work with Procreate. Okay, here is our light code. I can feel with this one, this energy that's really being anchored right down the center line here For me, this is very grounding. It's also got an aspect of being light and free. Definitely that stable core, that spine. We really need to be embracing our power. Now, this is not an ego-based power. This is the power of the light that is in us that we need to reclaim. So I feel like this is that spine. When we're really sensitive and we're not stable, we get blown over. We just get like as the slightest breeze is going to knock us over. It's not a fun place to be. So I really recommend that you take every opportunity you can to gently be grounding and centering and doing everything you can to fill yourself up. That is going to help you navigate the world and become more stable and complete within yourself. So that's all for this episode. If you like this video, please comment, share, subscribe. All blessings. Have the most amazing, wonderful week.